Hello and welcome to some Friday afternoon Champ 0102 live action. We're streaming game week 7 of the SLS League. I'll show you the fixtures. In the first division we've got Cookstown versus Distillery, Dromore versus Glentoran, and a full set of fixtures in the Premier Division. So just a brief overview for those who may or may not have seen the league before. We've got a 2-division system in Northern Ireland, 2 divisions of 10, 13 of the 20 teams being managed by human managers, 4 managers managing 13 different teams, 10 teams in the first division and 3 in the Premier Division and 3 in the second division. Squads built up with different concepts, from some of the best players on the game to under 21 players, some geographical concepts and such like. So we will have a quick look at the league table. We've got Castle Drought leading the way in the Premier Division with 5 wins from 6, closely followed by Big Time Belfast, Portrush United and Green Park Rangers. And in the first division we've got Dromore with 4 wins from 4 and Maxim Cisalco scoring lots and lots of goals. We've got Castle Clear in second and Cookstown back in third, having played a game less. So we're going to play through this set of fixtures now. Don't think there's likely to be anybody join me, but I've got some instructions in terms of tactics, team instructions and substitutions from the managers. So we're going to start with Dromore versus Glentoran, and they're going to line up like this. We've got a couple of changes from last time out. We've got Brozek, Kerr and Sabolchi in for Carrick, Lunt and McMaster. Dromore have started well, scoring a lot of goals, so let's see how they go against Glentoran. As expected, the human managed teams with incredibly strong under 21 squads have been very dominant so far in the first division. Maxim scoring again, and Nagahawa has made it 2-1 to Dromore. Be really interesting to see how the season progresses and the fight for promotion from the first division. The champions at the end of the season go up to the Premier Division. The team who finished second play a playoff against the team who finished second bottom of the Premier Division, which means one of the 2 teams at least will still be in the first division next season. We get to half time and Dromore continue to blow teams away and be dominant as Alco scored again, Agahawa and Kutsov. A couple of assists for Saeed, one for Kutsov and one for Mark Kerr. So I'm just going to check the instructions from the manager before we continue on with the rest of the game. No issues with fitness or performance, so we'll look at the individual team instructions. So I think we've only got instructions for red cards and injuries, so I'm going to run it through to 60 minutes for now and just double check that we've got no fitness concerns. So there's not been any instructions in terms of rotation, just red cards and injuries. So we're going to run this through. Very strong Dromore Celtic performance, and we'll go through to 90 minutes. No second half goals so far, 5 minutes to go. A chance for the away side there. Final whistle. Very, very dominant, strong performance as expected from Dromo. We've got 10s for Kutasov, a goal and assist. A 10 for Saeed with a couple of assists. A 10 for Maxim, who's had 10 shots on goal, 6 on target, another 2 goals. And a 10 for Agahawa. 5 key passes, looking very creative. Overall, very, very strong performance. 6 attempts from the away side is not that bad considering the strength of the squads and the teams. Nobody doing a great deal there. So Dromo continue on in great vein. Next up, we've got another Division 1 team in Cookstown who line up like this with a change of shape, one at the back, looking for more goals. Marquinhos comes in, Strandon's up front, John Welsh comes in, Robin moves out wide. Hopefully they can have a positive impact and we can see some domination from Cookstown, Dromo style. John Welsh, an unexpected goal scorer, opening the scoring, but only one on the stroke of half time. Carlos Jackson's made it 2 for Cookstown, who've been dominant but not created a massive amount of chances, nothing from the away side. Just have a look at the player ratings, was 7s and 8s, was hoping for a little bit more, to be honest. But we're going to run it on until 60 for now. Strand continues his good form, gets a goal, having moved up front. And just as we're gonna make a couple of changes, Espinal from the right midfield has got a goal, which is much more like what we wanted to see. Espinal's almost 76%, so Kennedy is going to come on for him. And we're going to give Gerard a breather. We're going to bring on Gareth Barry and play him at the left of the defensive mid, move John Welsh into midfield. See if we can go finish off with another goal or two. No more goals. Just a 1 attempt from the away side, nothing on target for them. Pretty decent display from Cookstown. Not created as many chances as we would have liked, but we've been pretty ruthless in the end. Got assists for Gerard, Strand, Mendes de Silva. And yeah, comfortable as expected. Next up, we've got Ballycastle versus Portrush, which is both sides looked after by the same manager. That is how Ballycastle line up, and Portrush line up like this, who've been very impressive in recent weeks. So we'll get this one kicked off and see what instructions we've got as the game progresses from the manager. We've got an injury to Tomasit, so I'm just going to double check to make sure we get the right replacement. So Malevsky is going to cover that injury, and it's going to be a like-for-like replacement. And we'll run this through to half time. And an unlikely goal scorer, Thomas Repka, has opened the scoring for the home side Breezas has had a goal disallowed on the stroke of half time for Portrush. Now, could we have a shock on our hands? Very, very even game. Two very well set up teams playing very similar tactics. Not giving away a lot of chances. Portrush, clearly on paper the stronger side. We've got 6s, 7s and a couple of 8s from the defensive midfielders. There, Ballycastle, very similar in terms of ratings. The goalkeeper Laberdo having a good game. Repko with the goal, and the assist has come from Karol Poborski. Just double check if we have any instructions. We've got no fitness concerns for either side. So we're going to run that through. Ballycastle have doubled the lead. Patrick Berger has scored, made it 2-0 to the side who on paper are a lot weaker. But having said that, despite them being weaker than some of the squads, they've put up some really strong performances and have challenged everybody they've played so far this season. Could be a real outsider for a push for the European places. Very impressive performance from them, some good ratings in there. We've got no fitness concerns. So they're going to continue on as they are. We're going to go across to Portrush. There's nobody on a 5 who the manager said to pull at 60 minutes if they're not performing. There's no fitness concerns either. So we are just going to run this through. Can Portrush get back into it? Or are we going to see Ballycastle take a shock win? Excuse me. We've got a red card for Sergi Semak in the middle of the park for Ballycastle, so I'm just going to consult my instructions. So we're just going to centralise Patrick Berger. We're going to leave it without an arrow and see if Ballycastle with 10 men can hold on. They've created a lot more chances and ultimately been the better side in this game. 18 minutes for Portrush to put the pressure on against 10 men, and they've got a goal back with 17 minutes left. Asan and Dyer scored, got another yellow card. Portrush really pushing on now. The 10 men are coming forward, and on the counter attack, Patrick Berger has made it 3-1 for Ballycastle, and nobody can say that they don't deserve this. They've been the better side. Portrush applied a little bit of pressure against the 10 men, but Patrick Berger has struck back immediately, and Ballycastle are going to take a huge scalp against one of the fancied sides in Portrush and come away with 3 points from the Billy Watson pitch. Full time. Look at that. Ballycastle 3, Portrush 1. They've created more chances, they've had more shots on target. Heavily won more tackles than their opposition. Fantastic performance. 2 assists from Karol Poborski, 2 goals from Patrick Berger, a goal from Thomas Repko, who's put in 14 tackles. They won 11 tackles out of 14, 8 of them key. Really, really solid team performance, and a disappointing performance from Portrush. We've got an assist from Mendieta, a couple of decent defensive midfield goalkeeper performances, but the manager will not be happy with the lack of creation and lack of chances in this game. Very, very impressive Ballycastle performance. Fair play to them. So we will move on just 1 second. And next up we've got another game where both sides are controlled by the same manager. We've got Antrim Amateurs, who have struggled. They're in 7th with just 1 win so far. Only got 5 goals in 4 games. They'll line up like this. Deco comes in for his first appearance David Welsh continues up front after some good form in the cup. Nahajchik has done well from right in midfield. And yeah, looking for some creativity from Okocha from a deep playmaker position. And they play one of the fancied sides in big time Belfast who line up like this from last time out. Nikiforenko's coming for Del Piero in the only change. So let's see if we get another shock or if the fancied big time Belfast side will continue their decent form. And it's 1-0 Batistuta, who started the season quite well with a couple of goals. Opens the scoring for Belfast. We've got 34 minutes on the clock. Heading towards half time. It looks quite dominant from Belfast in terms of possession and chance creation. Oh, but Okocha, with a great strike, has hit back with the visitors' first attempt on goal, assisted by Vladimir Makovsky. He's not really been in the game at all, but on the stroke of half time, JJ Okocha has produced a little bit of magic. He's gone past Lezarazu, he kept moving forward, he's nutmegged Taram, he's gone past the challenge, struck the ball with fury and scored a great strike. Fantastic, and that's just the sort of thing that the manager will be looking for. In terms of player ratings, we've got 6s and 7s across the board. Cafu having a decent game on an 8. Got no assist for the Batistuta goal. So, based on that, we're going to continue and see if Antrim can kick on. Whether Belfast can become as dominant in the second half. And wow, David Welsh with his 5th goal of the season, first league goal, and we could be in for a second shock of the game week. Gigi Buffon's on a 5, and big time Belfast are struggling at home. What have they got? What can they do to turn this around? What we're going to try is Patrick Vieira's not been fantastic. We're going to pull him off. We're going to throw on Thierry Henry, and he's going to go up there. And we're going to shove him there. We're going to put Kewell to the left. And we're going to put Zeraberto on for Lezarazu. We're going to send the arrows up. And we're going to try and put the pressure on. Some more bodies forward. In fact, we're going to do that. Across to Antrim. Let's have a look. We've got 2 assists from Makovsky, who's having a very good game. We've got no issues with fitness. Jafar's on a booking, Deco's on a booking. We're going to take Jafar off. We're going to put on Boamorte. And we're going to carry on. 2 shots on goal in 64 minutes, 2 goals. Buffon having a nightmare. Can Belfast get back into it, or are Antrim going to come away from Windmill Park with 3 points? Batistuta has levelled with 13 minutes to go. Can there be a winner? No, they can't. Batistuta saves the Belfast Blushers. They remain unbeaten, but will be disappointed to have drawn 3 games so far. Dominant in possession, dominant in terms of chances, clinical from Antrim. David Welsh, a young striker, has got now 5 and 4. Okocha, with a bit of magic from deep, has been in the goals and assists so far this season. SLS gets man of the match. Defensively, they've been quite poor. Disappointing result for Belfast. Fantastic point, and unlucky not to get 3 from Antrim. Next up, we've got Shillelagh's versus Green Park Rangers, who line up like this. We've got Ronaldinho up front with Collins at AMC. Zanoni, I think, has come in recently for Gattuso, but that's that. Across it to Shillelagh's, who will line up like this. Wayne Rooney, remember the name, 2 goals in 2, to go with his 2 for finishing, 2 for positioning, and 2 for tackling. Mark Overmars and Nick Mbappe out wide. Djordjevic in behind. A midfield three of Arteta, McPhail and Eto. Melchior in defensive midfield, Lucic, O'Shea and Castellano. We'll kick this one off. We've got no instructions from these managers, so what we'll do is we will roll this through unless we have any injuries or red cards, and see how it goes. "30 minutes in, relatively even. Looks like GPR have had more of the chances, but Schiller's not out of it by any stretch. David Collins been involved quite a bit in the first half. Feels like GPR have been quite wasteful with their chances. Will they be made to pay? It's a half time. 9 attempts, 7 on target for GPR, 4 on 1 for Schiller's. In terms of performances, we've got no fitness concerns. Schiller's keeper and Castellano having a very good game. 6s and 7s across the board. Apart from that, we've got 6s and 7s again across the board for GPR. No concerns with fitness, so we're going to run this through to 60 minutes. Collins involved again. Ronaldinho and Dyer involved for GPR. We're looking to put the pressure on. We're up to 63 minutes. Ronaldinho has had a goal disallowed. We're just going to have a quick check on the fitness and performance. We've got Ronaldinho on 78, but he'll be fine to see the game through. Across at Schiller's, no fitness concerns there either. So we are just going to run this through and see if either side can get a winner. And there we have an opening call. David Collins from the attacking midfield position has opened the scoring for GPR. Got 13 minutes left into the last 10 minutes, and Collins has doubled his tally and the GPR tally and puts them 2-0 up away at Schiller's. At the Theatre of Gold, we're into stoppage time. Schiller's have tried, but I just think GPR have been quite strong defensively and not been able to really bring them down. 6 attempts, 3 on target for Schiller's, 28 free kicks. Seems an awful lot. 13 offsides. GPR, David Collins picks up man of the match. We've got 2 assists for Kieran Dyer from the right hand side. 6 attempts, 6 on target from David Collins. Really done well there. Across the Schiller's, we've got 7s and 8s, a 5 and a 6 from McPhail and Overmars in there. Melchior did okay in defence midfield. Decent game. Unlucky for Schiller's. GPR just a little bit too strong on this occasion. Next up, we've got Castle Drought, who lead the first division, with some players currently a little bit unhappy. A couple of them just wanting new contracts, and they look like a lineup like this, which is, I think, unchanged from last time out. So Nesta holding the fort at the back ahead of Vesterveld, a flat four of Carlos Keane, Jeremy Zanetti, Ortega and Giggs out wide in more advanced positions with Shevchenko and Figo in support of Montella. And for Castle Extra Stout, they line up like this. Continue to use the double sweeper system with Jorovic and Badra. West just in front of those with Babiaro and Dulvaj as the wing backs. Hafi into Tadra in central midfield. Brugic and Petkovic behind Constantinou. So for the third time tonight, we've got a fixture where both sides are managed by the same manager. We'll run this through, and providing there's no injuries or red cards, we won't make any changes, and we'll see which side come out on top. Got a double green away kit from the Drought, and they've opened the scoring through Andrei Shevchenko from the attacking midfield position. Stout looking to try and come back into it with a chance or two of their own, but it does feel more Drought heavy. chance for Figo. Figo involves an awful lot of gigs as well as Shevchenko trying to make things happen. The drought into the last couple of minutes of the first half. We get to half time, 1-0. Relatively even, 6 attempts for the drought, 5 for Stout. 6s, 7s, and an 8 for Badger in defence for Stout, and we've got no fitness concerns. Across to the drought again, couple of 8s, 6s, and 7s, and no fitness concerns. A yellow card for Giggs, who's not been involved as much as the manager would have liked. We're going to continue on to 60 minutes. So a quick check on the fitness. I've got no concerns for the drought. Ryan Giggs looking a little bit lively in the second half so far. Good performance from Elefropoulos in goal. Have Stout got enough nous about them to get back into this game? Or will the drought continue their strong start and remain at the top of the league? 10 minutes left. Still drought coming forward. Montella with a couple of chances. Are we going to get any late drama in this one? It doesn't feel like it. It feels like the drought are going to hold on, and they have 1-0. Andrei Shevchenko with the only goal of the game. Probably deserved on the balance of things. Good performance from the home side goalkeeper and a couple of good defensive performances from West and Dulaj. Petkovic trying to create a little bit with a couple of key passes up there, but couldn't get the breakthrough. And another strong drought performance. Shevchenko with a goal, assisted by Vincenzo Montella. And the manager will be happy that they continue their good form. Next up, we've got Glebe versus Samba. Two sides who are struggling at the bottom of the table. Samba with 1 win in 5 and Glebe yet to win. This is how the Glebe side line up. Very solid formation, hard to break down. And across to Samba, they are going to line up like this with a little bit of asymmetric going on. Got O'Neill on the left, Cuevas on the right, Guiguin and Siso in defensive midfield positions. Atado and Gamara continue at centre back. Fallen and Pizarro up front with support from Montana and Recoba. A little tweak in system for the Samba boys, and let's see how this one plays out. Q4 has opened the scoring for the home side, and could this be the day that Glebe get their season up and running with their first win of the season? Into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Feels quite Glebe heavy in terms of possession and chances. Samba have only had 1 attempt on goal in the first half, 4 attempts to untarget for Glebe. We've got no fitness or performance concerns there, so we will roll that. And as we say that, the manager of Glebe has just joined us. Good afternoon, Mr. Mega Horse. I don't know if you've seen any of the earlier games. If you haven't, I won't spoil it and would urge you to watch it back. There's some very, very interesting games and some very interesting results and performances. Since you're here, do you want to make any changes? We're at 45 minutes. Glebe lead Samba 1-0. Across to Samba, Kamara's having a stinker, not doing a great deal in terms of making his tackles. Lots of 6s and 7s in there. Haven't seen other games, I'm just jumping on for this one. Okay, no problem. So, Samba are going to continue on to 60 minutes. You give me a shout if you want to do anything with your Glebe boys. If not, I will just continue with your instructions. I am well, thank you. I've been at work today, I've come back and having a little bit of chill time in the sunshine and enjoying playing through this game week of the SLS League. Do you want to do anything? Do you want me to carry on with your instructions, or what would you like to do? I think this could be the last game of the game week. Oh, you had sent play to 60. Oh, sorry, I've completely missed that. It has sent, I've just missed it. So we'll carry on. See if Samba can get back into it. And Glebe have doubled their lead. Ray Parler on 52 minutes has made it 2-0 to the home side. And it's flown through to 68 minutes. We've got 22 minutes remaining. And I'll show you your Glebe boys' performance, who are looking very, very likely to get their first win of the season, drag themselves away from the foot of the table, and in doing so, send Samba to the foot, who have had a pretty horrific start to this game. Pretty horrific 60 minutes. Gamara's going to have to be pulled. We're going to move Daniel Cruz into central midfield. And chuck another funky arrow in there. We're going to throw Zamorano on as well for Forlon. And that's all we can do. The lowest fitness you've got in there, there's nobody below 84. 81. Usman Diop, 81. Everybody else above that. You've got an assist from Richard Nopper. An all-round pretty solid performance, which looks like the Glebe boys are going to pull themselves off the foot of the table. So we will continue on the last 20 minutes, see if the Samba changes can do anything. It's not looking like it. It's been all Glebe. Credit to them. Very good performance, well set up team. Cruz as substitute has picked up a booking. We've got an injury for Kahan. I believe that's going to be a straight swap for Nanami, based on your instructions, but please do tell me if you want to do anything different. We've just got a few minutes to go. Looks like Glebe are going to see this one out comfortably. Cafes, okay. We'll pop him in there. And Samara have got a goal back with 5 minutes to go. Zamorano off the bench has scored. Can they get a late equaliser? Glebe coming forward. And it's a goal for Ray Parler. He's doubled his tally. It's 3-1 to Glebe. It's full time. Well deserved on the balance of play. 12 attempts, 9 on target. 4 attempts, 3 on target for Samba. Pretty dominant from Glebe, to be honest. Ray Parler had a great game in midfield with a couple of goals. A goal from Kufua. Richard Nopper with an assist. And yeah, that's going to drag Glebe away from the foot of the table and firmly put Samba down there. Gamara with a 4, honking display. He's won 1 tackle and no headers in 70 minutes. Pretty poor defensively throughout. Zamorano off the bench has a goal. Cuevas with the assist. Dan, thank you for dropping in. Good to see you. If you want to go now. I'm going to continue. I'm pretty sure this is the last game. So if you don't want to see the results so you can watch it back, then I will bid you a fair day. Have a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy the sunshine. And I'll catch up with you later. So we are into the full-time results. We've got Big Time Belfast 2, Antrim 2, Ballycastle 3, Portrush 1 in probably the performance of the day. Glebe off the foot of the table beat Samba FC 3-1. Green Park Rangers 2-0 winners at SLS, and the Drought continue their good form to remain top of the table against the Stout. So that puts the Drought top on 18 points from 7 games. Big time Belfast 3 points behind, still unbeaten but with 3 draws from their 7. Portrush and GPR back on 13. They're the 4 big teams that we expected to be up there challenging. Following that comes WC Stout, Shirley's, Ballycastle, Antrim, Glebe and Samba, rooted to the foot of the table. Across to the First Division, 4-0 win for Cookstown against Distillery. Dromore continue their good form with a 4-1 win against Glentoran. The league table looks like this. So the Updrought and Cookstown trail Dromore by 6 points, both with a game in hand. Cookstown will play theirs shortly. But 5 from 5, 19 goals for Dromore, who started extremely well. Sizalco leads the average ratings, followed by Syed and Kutusov, Ikubu, Agahawa, Keen, Strand, Mido, Mick, and Mendes de Silva make up the top 10. Maxim Sizalco leads the goal scoring charts comfortably with 9 goals already from his 5 league appearances, 11 in 6 in total. Kutusov, Robbie Keane, Carlos Jacks, and Michael Owen also in the goals. Quick look at the Premier Division stats. Batistuta got 5 in 6 for big time Belfast. Patrick Berger, after his double today, has 4 goals, as does Zizit Brizas, who was pretty ineffective today. And Ruud van Nistelrooy also has 4. Average ratings, we've got Shevchenko leading the way with a goal and 3 assists from his 5 games. Elafropoulos doing a great job for the Stout. ZLS, as ever, putting in a lot of tackles and not letting anybody down for Belfast. So, I am going to end the show there. Thanks very much for joining, if anybody did. If not, I hope you enjoy it when you watch it back. And we'll catch you all soon for